Coach. Thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Dallas Cowboys have won 3 straight behind their quarterback, Dak Prescott, who gets ready to lead them here like he did on Thanksgiving, Charles. He threw for a season-high 289. Also had a very impressive touchdown run to cap the victory.
And it's interesting, Brandon. I saw the Cowboys 2 weeks ago against Atlanta. Able to talk with Dak, able to talk with Amari Cooper, and both of them talked about how close they felt they were to having a breakout, and it came on Thanksgiving Day because Cooper, 2 big touchdowns, long touchdowns after making catches, breaking tackles, making people miss. That's why they gave up a #1 pick for him, and he could be the difference in Cowboys winning a division title or not. And I love Dak Prescott's touchdown run. How great was that? Spinning out of trouble, weaving his way through the defense, and hurtling into the end zone.
Yeah, and then Zeke Elliott picks him up, drops him in the... Red Kettle Bowl, and they get a penalty.
Yeah, the Salvation Army Bowl. How about that one? That was pretty good. Remember, that's Zeke's celebration, right. And this time, you know, he left a little change behind, left $21 to contribute to the cause.
His jersey number. Prescott now on second down. That is incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
When you're drafted 12th overall, people expect big things out of you, and Sheldon Rankins can provide that. Big, strong, physical player, has excellent quickness, and is really good with his hands, keeping blockers off of him and allowing him to get upfield and into opposing backfields.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 yards there and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Elliott, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And this is good. From 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now. To be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Saints offense making their way back onto the field, and they're coming off a victory last week against Atlanta. Just keep going. I mean, they're 10-1 now. Drew Brees, yeah, only 15 completions, but 4 of them went for touchdowns. I don't know, can anybody stop the Saints right now?
I think only the Saints can stop the Saints. And you mentioned those 4 touchdowns, all the different receivers, and we know the weapons they have. Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, Michael Thomas. Dan Arnold caught a touchdown pass. Austin Carr caught a touchdown pass. Keith Kirkwood caught a touchdown pass. If you had any of those guys in fantasy football, call us. We want to be on your team next year.
Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
And we'll see the second half of their dynamic duo in the backfield, and that's Alvin Kamara, who in 2017, the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. How about this? Over 1,500 total yards and 13 total touchdowns in a debut performance. Expect more of the same and probably a little bit extra.
Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 79 yards. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Hearns brings it in. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Kill.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Demario Davis coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. 3rd and long for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Easy.
Breeze now on first down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. Flushed out right. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Here we go.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints. From the gun on third down, Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here's Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Watson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll get into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas from 13 yards out. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. A give to Elliott. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Prescott from the gun on third. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Oh, eluding the tackle. And now running right through it. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Attack.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick six for a touchdown.
A great play, and it's tough for these guys. You've told me before to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy, so that sophomore season is big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year two, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive night. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense.
Big down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Breeze now. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time. The sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. Nice move at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And now he'll tuck it and run. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. A second down throw for Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Prescott to throw it. From the left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Hey, kill! 27.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
We're going 47. 26.
The give is to Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Hey, kill! Hey, kill!
Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Hey, switch. There we go. Wide.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The return man is Hill. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
With that incompletion, need to pass along the note about the Madden Classic, where you can watch some of the best Madden players battle it out for their share of $165 grand. It's live on Twitch, Charles. Starts 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific, December 6th through the 8th. I know you'll be tuned in.
Thank you for letting me know the time and the dates. I'm going to mark that down. I will be ready to go because they go at it now. I mean, those battles, those are pretty strong, and I love the imagination that you see and how they...
That's caught inside the 20. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And this is complete. It's Marshall. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The final shot before half for Breeze. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. Orlando. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And here's Lewis. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, CD, looking back to Thanksgiving, we had the typical triple header. Did you enjoy while digesting the turkey and pie?
I certainly did, and I think I'm still digesting the turkey and pie. But, you know, you have the traditional ones. You have the Lions who host and the Cowboys who host, and the Lions hosted the Bears this year. And despite the fact the Bears didn't have their starting quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky, how about what Chase Daniel did? They went in there and took the measure of the Lions for the 2nd time in a 3-game span. And then the Cowboys against Washington. I thought that was a terrific game, and Dallas got a much-needed win.
Yeah, Amari Cooper with 2 touchdowns, and all of a sudden they're sitting atop the NFC East.
Yeah, they're tied with Washington, and they split their season series. So a lot of football left to be played in that division. And, of course, we finished it all up. Atlanta at New Orleans, and how strong and how hot are the Saints? I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Breeze now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. a dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Cowboys offense now. They
Zeke
head
yet
out
to
for
get a
their first
touchdown.
possession of the second half.
Drew Brees
And that
playing
last
well.
drive was very, very balanced,
The rest of the
pretty
Saints,
methodical.
not
you think
at
they go
all.
that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something,
Here he
I'm going to
goes.
continue. And I think that's
We were
exactly
waiting
what
for him
they
to crack
do.
one this whole
The
game.
beauty is the balance that they've created sets up
Yeah, put him over
opportunities for
100 there.
plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action.
Zeke Elliott. Saints.
One deep.
After a couple big hits on Drew Brees, they
So
just
the
have
big
not.
play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and
Saints
10
just
just
have not
outside
been
the
able to get
30.
anything going. Zeke's been on a roll tonight.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers,
Beasley
don't
back
we?
out
In
there.
this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And Beasley with it.
Got
over
it.
the middle.
That's a first down right
And
there.
he'll be brought down at
Third
the 21, just shy of
and
the
inches.
20 in the red zone.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch
They were ready.
with the bigger targets.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards.
Brett Maher's
That'll
going
go
to
as
have
a
to.
loss of 5. And it'll be 4th down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offense.
Maher's kick is good. Let's see what the Saints can do here.
Line in a
Another
series
3 and
of
out
really good ones
for the
tonight,
Cowboys, but it
I know they're gonna be
keeps them on
really
top.
ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
So 3
Saints
field
thing
goals that he's hit now. This
is
last one
not.
helps him
I'm
stretch
going to watch
out
him
the lead.
return
He's
this.
been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive
Oh,
coach has ever said does.
big hit
We
on
wanna
Tommy
end
Lee
every
Lewis.
possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
And it's been
Brees getting ready to
a
go
rough night
again
for the
on
Saints.
offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter.
He's played well.
My question is, when you're a head coach, what do you look at? Stat line
Yeah, his
wise?
New Orleans
Do you go
Saints
right to
have not.
turnovers?
You really
He's
do.
closing
As
in
much
on
as coaches
200
don't
yards
want to
tonight.
talk about that,
13 for
that's where it
32
starts.
and 1 pick,
When I played in
which was a
college,
great
our
defensive
first
play.
rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands,
got it.
and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far.
That
And
puts
he's taken
Brees
down,
exactly
but able
at
to
200
slip
yards.
across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a
Have to have a
fresh
run
set
play
of
on this drive.
downs. Brees
Give him a
now,
tendency
a
break.
perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Oh, damn.
On the ground, Kamara.
He's
And
been
he'll get
the
this
running
up to
game.
about the 38-yard
Hasn't been
line.
really able.
Credit him
Except
with
for
a
that
1-yard gain
big
there to make it second and
touchdown.
9.
Start to
They tried
start
a
the
quick
game.
hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
Caught by the tight end.
Probably
Watson.
he's gone 9
And
for
a
9 now in the half.
42-yard line here and
Because
brought down there.
everybody
4
is
yards
just
on the completion,
dropping
and it sets up a
everything.
third down.
No one could
And partner, I
hang
think that's a great
Butterfingers
example
tonight here
that not
for
all tight
the
ends are
Saints.
created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it,
Hey, got
he turned it into much more.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
Brandon Marshall having a
Nice
big
catch
night
right
here.
there. Brings to mind the sentence.
for him to have a
When
big
in
night
doubt,
tonight.
Find your veterans.
Used to laugh
As well as
back
Michael
in the day when
Thomas,
they would call
who
guys like him
I have
crafty
on my
veterans.
fantasy
You get up in
team,
your
and
30s, you're still
he
playing receiver,
cannot
but you're
get
around
going.
long at that position,
The
you're
second
doing
half is
something
not a
right.
good one
Just
for
remember
Alvin
this. When he
Kamara.
was young, he thought the crafty
Alvin
veteran was
Kamara.
simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And as a defensive quickly swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Defense here, and he dropped it. Damn it. Defense here is key for the Cowboys.
You know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on
I'm
that
not
play
settling
to hold them to no
for
gain.
another field goal. Ted Ginn, where have you been?
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Caught on the left side.
Got it.
Again.
No. It's going to be inches.
This time not quite to the 30.
4th and 1.
At the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th
You
down.
know I'm
They
going
didn't
to
get the
go
first
for it.
down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Steps away to his
Ah, come on!
Can't find anywhere to go.
Why does it... He had it. This game is scripted.
Well, the D brought the house.
At the 33.
And they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the
And yet
O-line.
again,
And I would love to know,
the Cowboys
we'll find out later on. Was that
making
called
this
before
late
the play,
season charge.
or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz. And in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the
let's
first.
see if the
That was an excellent job of recognizing
Saints
the
can
situation.
get a stop here.
His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
He's still going. Fumble.
He coughs it up, loose football.
They got it. They recovered it.
Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free.
And that,
A teammate comes along
and maybe it
scoops
for the
up.
Saints, folks.
It's almost like baseball. Guys at
They're
bat, people
on
on
10 and
base
1.
in scoring
They're
position. One guy
they're
doesn't
feeling
get
a little
the ball,
sluggish.
The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And I put all the backup players that the Cowboys have on the offensive line, too. It's crazy.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result,
Hearns.
unable to hold on to the football.
Who's open? Who's open? You're open.
And this time he's got the
That's going to put him at 100 yards.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I had no choice but
15
to.
yards through the air and a first down.
Zeke,
As a general rule,
big night for
offensive
him.
linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run. Get on
He got the
move.
first
He was
down,
able to do that
130
on that
yards,
play. He picks
18
up the
rushes.
first down with a nice
Yet
start.
to get a
11
touchdown
more
here.
yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think we're seeing the effect
He
that
just
runs like
might
that
get
are
one
starting
here.
to have on this game. They're a little bit slower. That front
Could be a
seven
career
reacting
night
to the
for Zeke.
football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Zeke Elliott.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Not to mention the amount of rushing yards Dak has.
Prescott now on second down. And he'll be
Dak
brought down here
goes
at
for the first down.
3-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
7 rushes for him. He's been really mobile.
So
Here we go, first and goal.
6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
And this could be it, folks.
They'll try to
It all
run
depends.
Elliott.
Ah.
And maybe a measure
All
of
depends if
revenge
the
there. He's had his way
Saints
in
can get
this
a
one,
stop.
but this time they get him behind the line.
Here.
Early down stuff to put this offense
And
in a
they'd still be
precarious
down 2
position.
points.
We know that securing the point of attack,
No, I think
especially
both
against the
this
big
is gonna
body
be-
guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
Throwing. Prescott under pressure. Down he goes. Sacked at the 10. A.J. Klein in there to get him for a loss
That
of a
route
yard,
was just an
and it'll
interception.
bring
Wouldn't
up
be
third
happy.
down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've
Cooper.
always got to be aware that he can take
Amari.
off
Amari.
and make a big play with his legs. How about the way
You're
they're able
open.
to contain him? That also tells me the coverage is excellent downfield.
Can't
And he'll
get
be
there.
brought down this time at the
Saints
5-yard
are going to pick up
line.
this stop
A
here.
4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
One
Brett
hallmark of
Maher.
good defenses,
On to kick.
understanding the game,
This one's gonna be
understanding
perfect.
position.
Right through the uprights.
And tackling. Immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Final quarter here.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a
two-point
defender,
conversion.
you go out on the
If
field
I go
and
for
say,
the
guess
2 point,
what?
I'll
You
be.
can put some points on the board, but that won't beat
I'll
us.
be 1 point.
Out onto the field comes New
Only
Orleans.
1 point down.
They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had.
Brandon Marshall, big night for him.
They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving
Big
the
night for
football.
Breeze.
Like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense
Not really the
doesn't have
best
confidence.
night.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If
rest
anything,
of the
they may have
Saints,
gained
the
more
Saints
confidence.
offensive
Okay,
line
they stopped
here
us once. That's all right.
makes
Let's
it
keep
come
moving it. Make them do it again.
Now Breeze.
And look at that big
And it's
play.
incomplete.
That was
Sean
scripted,
Lee,
by the way.
linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches
I
had told
think
me
it-
in the past. The biggest
I think
teaching
if I
point,
run with
get
this
your head
right here.
around. Locate the football so you can make a play
What?
on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there.
Yeah.
That was nice.
The open man is Smith. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
We got to go deep here, I think.
7 yards there. Good
I'm
enough
sorry.
to move the sticks.
I don't think we're
This
going run
possession
game.
means so
Not going
much for
run game.
them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't
And the
necessarily need a
great
touchdown.
coverage
Throw
by
in
this
there, but this pass
Cowboy
is gonna
defense.
wind up incomplete.
It's just
And
been
that one goes
way too much.
incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. To throw, it's Breeze. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll
That's
be
a first
tackled
down
right
there.
on the chalk of the 45. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
Except nope, not
You
going to do
cannot
that.
write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now,
I don't
fourth
understand
quarter,
what's
where
going
they're
on.
forced to take some chances, but I don't
I
know
think
that was
the
the type
Saints
of a
have
chance
just
you
been,
want to take.
they've been on a
And
roll.
that one
They're a little
could very
tired.
easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Rifling one complete into the hands of
Two
Marshall.
Thursday games in a
And
row.
he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the
Yeah,
49.
really.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I always laugh when people say,
Doesn't
what's
have
the
him to
toughest
resort.
route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if
couple
it's a good
receivers.
receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get
You got to catch that fucking ball.
Third down there, but he cannot connect.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in
gotta
there
go for it,
before
but
your
it's not gonna
receiver
happen
gets
here.
to the next guy in the zone.
I
Otherwise,
understand
you
it's
bring
not
him
gonna
into the
happen.
play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now Breeze, gotta have this one.
That was
No,
unbelievably
it's
scripted.
incomplete. Boy, it looked like
Unbelievably
he had it and
scripted.
dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard
You cannot
line.
convert on fourth in
So
this
they
game.
really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams
It's
get
just
the
the
ball back.
freaking receivers who cannot do shit.
Occur, so they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Suck.
Yeah, right now, really hoping for a turnover. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll...
And I think the Cowboys are just going to kneel this one out.
Get it down on the play to the 37. They get 6 on the
Drew
pickup
Brees
there
played
as the
extremely
drive will
well.
continue.
It's a shame that his team did not.
As this game moves along.
Could this be the end
First
for the
seems
Saints?
just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't
Why
it?
is the
I
Saints
do believe
defense
someone
not
put a
doing
lot of time
anything?
in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Oh, it could have been intercepted. That would have been big for the Saints.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Prescott now buying time to his left. He may try and run for this.
He tried to go for it.
Quite to the 30.
He's going to end up being taken down.
Line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
The kick is up, and it's good. 29-17 here. This would make it definitely a two-score game.
Is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Let's see what we can do here.
Out onto the
Take
field comes New Orleans. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful.
Hit again.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th
wide
down
open.
and they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense.
Offensive line.
Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go
Not-
for it here.
not
Because if we
holding
don't
up.
get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what
You
happened
think
there.
that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold
You gotta
up
go
their
hurry
end.
up.
And they're able to get this
Yeah,
one across the
gotta get him
35.
Let me get him to hold
They
him.
call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Here's Breeze to throw.
How are you getting sacked so much?
Jalen Smith in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
The offensive line sucks.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze.
And he sacked again.
And down
Wait,
he goes
this is a
again.
scripted play, isn't it?
Randy
It's a
Gregory
scripted play, isn't
in
it?
there to drop him for his 2nd
This
sack
happens
now
all
here
the time.
tonight.
You can't
On
can't
3rd
get
and
away
long,
from
it's
this play
Breeze.
without that happening.
Eluding the pressure right. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll get it. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is in.
I'm just going to.
Complete.
Offensive line on the Saints are
So
not
now
holding.
with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
136
Tackled there by
yards.
Alex Anzalone. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start.
Take
But
the-
now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
They're gonna take it into
Time for a
line.
break.
And the
We're
Saints
back to finish this one
succumb
off
to the
after
Cowboys,
this.
which this is not
So the
going to happen
Cowboys
tonight.
in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They go to Elliott again.
There's a
And he's
flag.
gonna be taken down
Possibly
here with
an
a penalty
offensive
flag
flag.
on the field.
Or defensive flag. Defense, yep. Boy.
Holding offense.
Oh, nope. Holding offense. What are we going
So
to do?
some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to
second and
move those big
19.
defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Well, Prescott here to throw.
Can't
His
get it.
throw is incomplete.
It's
The positioning
3rd
here is key.
19.
As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football.
What do you do
But in
here?
this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Elliott.
He's
And
taken
he got
down.
blown up. Losing
It's a
yardage
timeout.
on the play back at the 44.
And the Saints are going to take it.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So look at
Could be a
this. Here's the field goal
61-yarder.
unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
Let's kick it up.
And that one's
Not going to get there. Not enough juice for Brett Maher. They could have played keep away here.
Ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score
Get the onside kick here.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Breeze now on 1st down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. On 1st down, Breeze. Over the middle, complete. It's
got it.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll.
Clock running here.
Breeze again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carr. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The quick slant.
Good position here.
First. Into the red zone. It's Breeze.
And fumble.
Now Breeze wants to...
This game does not like the Saints. I can't believe that. This game is so scripted. That's the only thing I don't like is
Well, that drive wasn't a case
that would
of
never have
wanting to put
happened.
points on the board. It was needing to.
But I had no
to,
choice but
and
to
they
do
didn't
it.
get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Throwing here, Prescott. Now he's flushed out left. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
And folks,
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. Line of scrimmage,
all
the
of a sudden
37 on 1st and 10.
you do that. I don't understand that.
On 1st and 10, Prescott forced out to his left. Letting one fly deep for Cooper.
This one's going to
And
end
it's
it, folks.
incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Check out the stats. Drew Brees. Phenomenal game. It's just his team sucked. I don't understand why. Alvin Kamara only 9 rushes. Here's the receiving. Michael Thomas had 7 receptions. Kirk Woody had a drop. A lot of guys had drops. Let's see how many drops. And Thomas had 1. Marshall had 2. Watson had 1. Carr had 2. Smith had 2. Kirkwood had 1. It's an unbelievable amount of drops and fumbles and turnovers. And it wasn't even Brees' fault. He had put up 331 yards. He just did not play well. This is an auto put this on. all the stats. Oh well. Will Lutz, Brett Maher. Punting. Chris Jones and Thomas Morris. Kick return, Taysom Hill. The man who can do everything. Passing, once again, score summary. Yeah. Needless to say, the Saints played way better than the Cowboys, but it didn't. They weren't able to come away with the win due to all of their drops that they had and stuff. It's not effective at all. I don't understand why that fumble happened at the end. That should not have happened. That really has me questioning. And the first fumble of the night, that was recovered by the Cowboys. Look at how all of a sudden it's so noticeable. Look at how quick he goes down there. The lineman doesn't even... Look at this. The lineman just gets out of his way. What are you doing? That's how scripted this game is. Look at... He doesn't even make an attempt. He says, oh well. He should have... He gets out of his way. And that leads to the fumble. Come on, man. Makes no sense. Even though I predict Saints to win tonight, completely dominate the Cowboys, that was nothing like what you're going to see tonight. That's horrible. We should play. No. So the Cowboys go 4 games. Alright. I really